Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Gooner. Welcome to another show. Give me 1 second, guys, because I do believe Kevin is backstage. Welcome to the show. I hope you're all doing well. And Kevin is backstage. So bear with me, Kevin. I'm just going to bring you in as we speak now. So here we go. Yep, so there we go, guys.
Yo, Daniel.
Kevin is backstage and he's now in. How you doing, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm good, Dan. I'm good. Yeah, I was just going through some videos just a couple of minutes ago. That's why I was missing your call a couple of minutes back. And I just had a quick break and get some snacks as well, just to tune in the game maybe for late night, I assume. So everything's been going well, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, everything's been going good, mate. Everything's been going good. Guys, big up everybody in the chat as well. Before we get into talking about the preview as well, I just want to listen. Yesterday's watch-alongs was absolutely fantastic. Both of the watch-alongs and the show, the debate show, and the Q&A. So all the shows yesterday got really good response. So big up each and every one of you for
big up all you guys. And yeah, just want to add on to that. Then I missed on the second watch along though, because in the first watch along I was kind of active in the chat as well, asking some questions and interacting with various people from different walks of life. So it was kind of nice and interesting as well. But on the second watch along, it was really, really getting late at that point of time. Hence why I wasn't really engaged in the second watch along. But however, I did tune in on the playback as well. Of course, I assume Tubbs MD, big up Tubbs MD. I think he was literally accompanying yourself, especially with Strip Bear and Brownie as well. So big up all you guys, and hopefully, we can get the win today as we speak.
Yeah, definitely. Before we get into the preview, I've just got a couple of things I want to tell you guys about. So the first one being is that yes, tonight there will be a watch along at 5 p.m. So going on air at 5 p.m. I've not heard from Simpy actually. I'm hoping he's still joining. I'll send him the link anyway, but he usually joins for Arsenal games. I'm hoping he will join. And then tomorrow, guys, got the review of this game and the preview for the Wolves game, and then the watch-alongs for the weekend are going to be the Arsenal game, obviously the Arsenal Wolves game, Chelsea Tottenham. Listen, that one's a given. Got to do the Chelsea Spurs watch-along because I think that will be an absolutely fantastic game. And Liverpool Brighton, I'm going to do that one. Liverpool Brighton, I think that'll be a good game. So those will be the Premier League watch-alongs, the two Premier League watch-alongs. I think that'll be. I think those will be pretty decent games to watch, really. That's what's coming up as well. Listen. So Kevin, the preview. How are you feeling about the game tonight?
I think it's going to be more or less the same from the past week experience we had before the international break when we faced Molde at the Emirates. Of course, Molde was kind of like a surprise package, to be honest, because I didn't expect us to go behind against Molde. And we also had a few run of luck because Molde eventually scored 2 own goals to give us the edge at the end of the day. And of course, it looked like more or less like a convincing win 4-1 to us. But on the flip side of thing, it wasn't as convincing, I would say, because of the performance level. Of course, let's not forget most of the players that played in that game were all pretty much a younger side of it, which is kind of sad to see that our younger players have much more passion, much more hunger and desire to win than the senior squad. So I'm looking forward towards this game for one player, for about 2 players in particular. I would love to see Balogun given a chance in this game. Hopefully Balogun gets a start, and I'm also looking forward to see how Pepe will integrate into the squad as well, on how how he reacts towards the red card which he received at the weekend as well. So it's going to be interesting to see these two players, namely that I want to see these two players into the squad and how they perform, and that's going to be integral for us. That's how I see it anyway, Daniel.
Yeah. Big up Football with Brownie and Strip Bear in the chat as well. Big up to see you guys. Nice to see you guys in the chat. Thanks for joining. Remember, guys, do smash the like button as well. Really smash the like button. Would really appreciate it. Yeah, like, I agree with you, and it's very interesting that Arteta's comments yesterday as well, kind of suggesting that Pepe is not going to be punished. He apologized, and the 3-match ban is maybe punishment enough, and the fact that it'd be interesting to see whether he starts tonight, whether he plays. And like you say, Kevin, as well, it'd be interesting to see Pepe's reaction, whether he is on his best behavior, whether he's going to put in more of an effort to kind of make up for what he did on Sunday. It's going to be interesting to see how he is, and it's going to be interesting to see whether he starts. It's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, of course, Daniel, because I wouldn't put it as a must-win game, I suppose, because from the group, we are currently top of the group with 3 out of 3 wins. So even a draw, I wouldn't want to draw because we all play a game for a win. So even a draw, it's going to be sufficient, but I don't think so we should go for a draw, because personally, I would rather take 6 out of 6 wins, because that's only going to keep the momentum going and keep the standards up. Because to be honest, this is the only competition that we might as well slide through into the Champions League. So I would want a win. That's the most ideal result I want. But if some of the senior players were to be integrated into the squad as well for this competition, then I can see it's going to be that same old result, that same old passion, same old desire, which is going to be integrating throughout the Premier League squads, because the results has not been that bright, I would say. All the performance has been looking dull, and the youngsters are the ones that's popping up with big performances week in, week out, and it's second tier competitions like this. So I'm really looking forward to all the youngsters performing this way. It's going to be interesting to see Joe Willock, how he performs well in the center of the park. It's going to be interesting to see if Balogun starts this game. Pepe as well, though he's kind of appearing in the senior squad as well. But let's be honest, that 72 million price tag is really getting into the heads right now, and many fans are pretty much given up on him just on the basis that he's not being consistent, which I don't wholly blame him for that, which the manager also has to take a certain amount of responsibility, because I don't want it to be another situation like Mesut Ozil, because Mikel Arteta came out and said that he failed Mesut Ozil. He failed to get the best out of him. So I don't want Pepe to go into the same route whereby he says that I never got the best out of Pepe and this is why he's playing in such a way or something. No, we all know the capabilities, the ability, and all the skills and every single thing, every single passion that boy has, because we all know what he did in France. So I would go for Pepe, that I want to see how he integrates into the squad and how he performs a big performance, because he's going to miss the next 3 games, I suppose, in the Premier League. So it's fair to say that he has to play in this game. And
I just want to big up Tubbs ND in the chat as well. Blimey, mate! I tell you, how are you not shattered? Because you stayed up pretty late watching the watch-alongs. I think you stayed. I think it was like 6 a.m. Big up yourself for sticking and watching the watch-along. Big up John 1886.
Big up John.
Diego. Big up Diego as well in the chat. And Strip Bear says Pepe's likely to bite somebody, and he also says that what's this comment here? Arsenal are bright in the Premier League as a black hole. Big up Shahir Mohammed as well. Big up He thinks we'll see Pepe today. Fans can also see that Pepe is one-footed, says Brownie. Strip Bear, that's hilarious. He said, I thought Pepe was better with his head. Big up Tyrone as well.
Big up Tyrone.
Yeah, Pepe obviously he knows how to give the old Glasgow kiss, doesn't he? So and for anybody who doesn't know what a Glasgow kiss is, it's basically where you just headbutt somebody. So yeah, that's what they call a Glasgow kiss. Let's have a look here. So yeah, Kevin, like, do you actually see Pepe starting this game? Do you know, after all what's happened, do you actually think Arteta will go and stick him in there?
To be honest, Daniel, from what I've seen of the press conference from Mikel Arteta, it seems that he might start the game. But realistically, I don't think so. Mikel Arteta really rates him, to be honest. That's one of the reasons why he hasn't been playing that consistent. I'm not sure if that's going to be based on the basis of offensive side of play or defensive side of play. But I think personally, in my opinion, it's based on the defensive side of things, which I think Willian contributes much more in the defensive side of things, and hence why he's selected often in games in the Premier League. And Pepe is not that type of player that tracks back and defends and recovers the ball and then take on a few players going forward. He's not that player. He's that player that requires a linchpin in midfield to actually give them the ball so that they can run at defenders, maybe take a cutback and then just take a shot or give it a cross. This is the type of player Pepe is. And Willian, on the other hand, he is similar to that, but he also can receive the ball from midfield or even track back and receive the ball from the defensive side and straight take on a few players. So from that aspect of things, I think that Willian is much more favored by Mikel Arteta, considering the fact that he's also played in the Premier League. He's played in one of the winning. He's won a few medals as well in Chelsea as well, so he knows the once and don'ts in the Premier League as well. So I think that's one of the reasons why Pepe is slightly marginalized and put out of the squad most often by Willian. So I don't think so. Willian would be risked, and I think he has a slight knock or something in this game. So I don't think so. He'd be much more participating. But I think another candidate that can also compete for Pepe's position, another one is Reece Nelson, because Reece Nelson and Joe Willock were the standout performers in the other two remaining. The other two previous Europa League matches, especially Joe Willock with a few goals. And Reece Nelson also with his dribbling runs and direct runs. His directness in the game was both of the players, to be honest, both of the players are in contention, I would say, Joe Willock, Reece Nelson as well. But I can see Arteta going with Reece Nelson on the right hand side, but something in me that says that I want to see Pepe there because I want to see how he recovers from this, how he reacts, how he performs. That's just my opinion. I'm sure many other fans also would prefer Pepe on the right hand side because Molde is not going to be the one of the strongest or the favorites for the competition. So I think this is one of the times where you can see the best out of Pepe, maybe doing a few take-ons, and I think a few goals and a few assists might as well up his confidence as well, because Reece Nelson, even though he performs well, he's not going to be a guaranteed starter at the weekend against Wolves. So I would love to see Pepe given a shot at this, given a run of games in the Europa League, and hopefully he can come up with some brilliance and just get his confidence up, because at the end of the day, what matters most is confidence, and a goal or two can really give the confidence in that player. So I'm assuming Pepe will start this game, and Arteta might as well just give him a chance on this,
Yeah. So Diego's going for a 1-0 Arsenal. And Tubbs ND says Pepe should play. He's going to be rusty after his 3-game ban if he doesn't play in the Europa.
Big up Tubbs MD.
Arsenal, Arsenal will win. Lives in hope. Says
That's very true.
Compton D said Saliba requested a transfer this January. That's
Yeah,
sad.
he
That's
did.
sad. That's sad, you know. Like
He's willing to take a pay cut as well because he's on 90 grands apparently, and he's willing to take a pay cut to at least move and get some game time because he feels kind of like he's not getting any game time. He's playing in the under 23s, which to me, his teammate Fofana is already starting games at Leicester, and he's performing well over there. So um, it's kind of sad to see a young lad with high potential just moving on, just requesting a transfer because that's going to really knock down his confidence because he would have come into Arsenal hoping that he can actually play week in, week out, and fortunes just didn't favor him, I suppose. And Mikel Arteta felt that he wasn't ready at the time being, so we couldn't blame much of him. But I think if Saliba requested for a transfer, I think the best option is just to loan him out first, just for him to get some experience, I suppose. Or maybe just Mikel Arteta just recalls him back because there's another registration going on where they have to name the team in January, I suppose. And hopefully Mikel Arteta doesn't make the same mistake he made again. And hopefully he gets a Premier League game in the back end of the season as well, you know. But that's all fingers crossed right now. So Saliba is a good potential, and I don't want to really lose him or sell him to any other rival clubs at the time being.
See, this is the one of the things, right, that I worry, and I know we're sort of talking about the Molde game, but we will get back to that in a second. But this is the one of the things that worries me with Arteta is that he's alienating young players. You know, players that have got potential. And this is one of the things that's worrying me is that he needs to actually, you know, he needs to start playing these players. I think every Arsenal fan would agree that Saliba, it's baffling how he's not in the team. You know, considering you know, the hype. And I'm not just talking about the hype with Arsenal fans, but you know, I'm talking about the hype around the club. You know, the club hyped him up. You know, you hear people that are in and around the club say, "Oh, they rate Saliba. Saliba's, you know, they think he's gonna, you know, that's why they went for him instead of Upamecano, and you know, they think he's got better potential, and you know, and the club hyped him up, and now they kind of, you know, Arteta's come in and rode roughshod over that, kind of upset Saliba, and I'll be pissed. I would be absolutely pissed as well if I was Saliba. I'll be like, hang on a second, what the fuck is going on here? You know, I would be. I'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Just want to remind you all as well while there's a few of you in the chat. Don't forget there will be a watch along at 5 p.m. Also, guys, as well, I want to give you the heads up, and I know it's not always reliable, but please, if you haven't, turn on notifications. You know, because you will miss the streams otherwise, and also set reminders as well. When I give you times that I'm going live, set reminders because notifications are about as reliable as Mikel Arteta at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's not very reliable, as you can probably tell. And also smash the like button as well. Really, really smash the like button. Let's try and drive those likes up. And for those of joining late as well, I am going to be doing the Premier League watch-alongs for this weekend is Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, Spurs, and Wolves, Arsenal. Obviously, Wolves, Arsenal. This is an Arsenal channel. But yeah, and also I just want to thank you all for your good response yesterday of the Champions League watch-alongs. You know, I'll probably do some more of those. You know, because they got really good responses. And I might not necessarily do the English teams as well. I'll do other teams because it got quite a good response. So So yeah, big up yourselves for that. Really appreciate all the
Yeah.
support and appreciate all the new subscribers as well, because of this
To
channel
add
this
up
week
on
has
it,
gone
yeah.
mad. Sorry?
To add up on Daniel's comment, here, Daniel did mention that he's planning to do a watch along for Champions League game. So in the near future, right now for the upcoming fixtures, we will run a poll in Daniel's YouTube and his Facebook page suggesting what are the crowds gonna say. Which game would you like us to do a watch along? So I'll put up I will request to Daniel to put up a poll. So we'll do on that basis a watch along because of course it was out of the blue when we did a watch along for yesterday, and that really received tremendous response. And big up for every one of you guys that tuned in. So going forward, we are going to put up a poll. We are going to see what's the majority vote, and we are going to do on that basis, of course, to be watch along. And it's also going to be the inclusive with the Premier League games as well. Like Daniel mentioned, he's doing the Liverpool Brighton, he's doing the Spurs Chelsea game, and he's doing the Arsenal Wolves game. So there's 3 games over there. So of course, going forward, we are going to move it with polls, and we're going to get people's opinions before we do a watch along. So we'll see the response in. So big up you guys, and hopefully you all can put in your suggestion over there, and we'll proceed moving on with that.
Yeah, and I definitely will do a poll. I definitely will do a poll. The reason why I haven't done it for this week is because I when I asked you guys, a lot of you suggested Liverpool, Brighton, and obviously Chelsea, Spurs. That's a given. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely do a poll. So I think there's Champions League games next week, right? So yeah, I'll figure out. I'll see which ones look good, and I'll do a poll. So let me just run into the comments before we get back to the talking a bit about the game. So yeah, a lot of people are saying they'd love to see Saliba be given a chance. Strip Bear says, "Be like Lampard and use your youth." I'm not Bargal Conditi. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name.
Bargaf. I think I'll just call him Bargaf.
But yeah, big up to yourself.
Big up Bargaf.
I
think he's a Chelsea fan.
Brownie said, if he doesn't think players are good enough, how do we know that players, are good? How do we know that players have potential? He said, and Saliba wasn't even an Arteta signing.
Well, how bad can he be, Brownie? He's not even tried and tested at Arsenal, so we cannot be just judging a player on that. Because Mikel Arteta seems to play a lot of Wenger players, and Granit Xhaka is not a Arteta signing. Bellerin is not an Arteta signing. Most of the players are not Arteta signings, but most of his players are not even starting a game, apart from Willian. Cedric Soares not even getting any game time. Of course, Pablo Mari as well, he's signing as well, but he's just recovered from his injury as well, so he's not starting games as well. So the only player that's starting games right now, which is his signing, is probably Willian. And we cannot be just directly to just slate that boy, Saliba, just because he's not called into the squad and he's not included into the squad. Because you never know, because this guy is young. Of course, he's prone to errors. He's going to be doing mistakes and all, but that's forgiven because he's young and he's learning his trade. So if the senior players make mistakes, of course, we can question them. Of course, we'll want them out or something, because fans, of course, they have like very neutral response, but I think most fans would love to see Saliba given a chance and have a run of games. Even though he makes mistakes, I think fans will learn to accept that, because he's going to learn his game on the way, and he's going to be becoming a better player, because Coquelin wasn't a good player as well. But at the end of the day, when his loan spell ended in Charlton, he came back to Arsenal and he was doing bits. Song, another example as well. Even he was average and he's got better as well. So all these young players, you have to be very patient with them. And if the so-called Arsenal fans are giving a lot of time for Mikel Arteta, why can't we give Saliba some time to integrate into the team? Even though he makes mistakes, he learns. So that's my point of view on it.
Big up Bertrand. Big up Bertrand in the chat. Big up Jiren as well.
Big up, Bertrand.
Yeah, big up everybody. A lot of people in the chat as well. It's nice to see. And a lot of people, I think it was Tyrone, saying about Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid watch along. Because I think they're playing again, aren't they? Bayern and Atletico next week. So yeah, going back to the Molde game. There's a question for you here, Kevin, as well. Somebody's asking. So I can't remember who it was. I did scroll past it, but somebody's asking you: are you Arteta in or Arteta out?
Oh, fam, I'm Arteta out all day, man. I'm Arteta out all day. I didn't want him in the first place because my ideal candidate was actually Poch. Poch and Mourinho. This was my I wanted Poch or either Mourinho. The most favorable one was Mourinho. Of course, I really loved that guy. The second one was Poch. I really loved these two. Third was Brendan Rodgers. So these are the three managers I really wanted actually. But the ideal candidate is every time Mourinho, and since he's down with a lot down there, so I think the next ideal option is Poch right now. So yeah.
So yeah, going back on. So big up guys in the chat. Thank you. I will get into some of your comments again later on in the stream. So yeah, going back onto the game tonight, Kevin, as well. Do you actually, because like you said, the Europa League's pretty much done and dusted until the knockout stages. I think we only need a point out of today's game, and we've practically qualified. So a win, say we win this game, it will be it'll be qualifications sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered. So, would you? Do you think? If you were Arteta, would you rest a lot of players and just give basically the young players a chance?
I think this is one of the competition where the young players should be given a chance because that's how we worked it. Even from the Wenger days, all the way moving now to Mikel Arteta, we seem to go with the younger route right now. Of course, as the competition dwells into the knockout phases and when it goes into the knockout phases, quarterfinals, and all this, I think that's when you bring in the big guns. But for the moment of time with the group games and all, I think the young players should be given up more opportunities, and I think that would really give them a chance for them to get some game time at the same point of time because I don't see any of the youngsters are given chance in the Premier League right now from the likes of Joe Willock, apart from Eddie and Katia and who else is the other guy? I think Saka is he's a youngster, but he's now the first name in the first team squad. So we couldn't really consider Saka as one of the youngsters as well. But I would love to see many more youngsters. And I would also love to see when Martinelli is back fit and running, I would love him to get his first few games in the Europa League first before he slowly integrates him into the Premier League because I don't want him to be thrown directly into the Premier League squad. And as soon as he gets his fitness and when he doesn't perform well, and then all the fans will be back on his case. So I would want to see that Mikel Arteta slowly integrates him into the Premier League squad. But of course, we are going to have a very busy, hectic period during the Christmas period. And I think integrating him during those Europa last few games, I think that would up his confidence as well. And when the festive period arrives, that's when the Mikel Arteta can put Martinelli back into the first team in the Premier League side,
Yeah. So yeah, guys, remember, keep hammering that like button. Smash it if you haven't done so already. So yeah, I look on this game as well, and I look at if we can get a win in this game, which is possible because we beat them at the Emirates, and listen, our Europa League form, and I know a lot of people, and I agree to an extent. I know a lot of people are going to look at the level of opposition that we're playing, but actually, we can't. You can't ask any more of Arsenal to do what they're doing in the Europa League right now we are actually, have got 100% record in the Europa League group stage this season. So actually, we that's all you can ask of us at the moment. Listen, it's going to get tricky in the knockout stages, depending as well who drops down into the Europa League from the Champions League. But at the moment, we're getting the job done, and that's all that is asked. That's all that you can ever ask of your players is, as long as you get the job done, and we're doing it. And I actually think if we can get a win, get the group wrapped up. Listen, it's practically wrapped up anyway. But if we can get the group wrapped up, and then you can, and like I said, this is the time for Arteta, and this is the kind of game for Arteta to experiment. Experiment with your team. Don't experiment against bloody Man City or Liverpool. Don't experiment there. Use this game where the group is practically done and dusted to experiment. That's the time to use this game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Daniel.
And you can't, that's all you can ever ask of these players. That's all you can ever ask. And Arteta as well, and listen, however you feel about Arteta, he's still, I've asked loads of questions of Arteta, and I'm still asking questions of Arteta. But I said it this season as well, and the way it's going, the Europa League could possibly maybe be a get out of jail free card for him, because and it all depends on who drops down, doesn't it? It really does depend. And Molde are pretty. They're not a bad side as well, are they? They're not really a bad side. Listen, they're going to have home advantage. Listen, I know that there are probably going to be no fans there or anything, but they're still going to have home advantage being in their stadium.
Yeah, it's going to be a very cold environment as well, because it's going to be very cold. It's going to be freezing temperatures down there in Norway, and it's also going to be because that team was very physical in the first. When you noticed in the return fixture when we played at the Emirates, it was very physical. They were very good in the air. Of course, their deliveries were very, very good. They were also a counter-attacking side as well. And let's not forget that we are playing not also in a natural pitch. It's going to be a plastic pitch as well. So it's going to be like how the team really get used to that side of environment, I suppose. So it's going to be interesting to see how Arsenal would play. And because for us to get this win tonight, it's going to be depending on who gets the first goal. Because if we get an early goal, I think that would really drop the heads down for the Molde players, and we can take advantage of that situation. But if Molde were to score the first goal, I think it's going to be high time that Arteta has to bring in his big guns to change the game on its heads. And that's the way I look at it. But it all depends. It all comes down to the formation that Arteta plays. Hopefully, he doesn't make many changes. I assume. Hopefully, it just brings the balance between attack and defense so that the team can play well and just let the players express themselves instead of just putting the handbrakes on them and not being too expressive, just being rigid and just sit and defend and absorb pressure. I don't want to see those type of performance. But so far, from what I've seen in the Europa League performances, it's been like all-out attack, be solid at the back, be much more confident, compact, and just attack as a pack of wolves. So I really love that type of formation, and I hope that Mikel Arteta really retains that same level of performance for tonight as well against Molde.
Yeah. Big up Taib as well in the chat.
Big up Taib, Pun Master, man. Big up Miss Melina as well.
Yeah, big up Taib. And Randy Viper as well in the chat. Do you know what, Randy? Do you know what? I can't help but think, and listen, every time I see your name, I instantly think of Randy Orton now, because I know that's your name. So every time I see your name, Randy Orton always springs to mind. Every time you come in the chat, So, let's have a look here. So yeah, guys, do keep smashing that like button. Would really appreciate that. And the chat's going mad as well.
Yeah, it's lit, man.
It's going crazy. So a lot of people say, saying Thomas Tuchel. They want Thomas Tuchel as Arsenal manager.
He's maybe an A-grade Arteta, I suppose, but he's not going to be that better in that level. I don't think so. He's going to utilize our players as well as Arteta does, and I don't. They're in the same level, I suppose. It's if we want to be where we want to be right now as fans, at the level of competing and stuff, I don't think so. Thomas Tuchel is the answer right now. We need to get a proven winner. And speaking of proven winner, I think there's two proven winners right now, and that's one is Jose Mourinho, which is them not down the road, and another one is Allegri. So these are the two potential winners. But yeah, that's the only manager I would go for. Of course, Brendan Rodgers is another, but that's only going to like get a structure in place. But is he going to win things? We still don't know about it. Same goes to Poch, but it depends, Daniel. It depends. But right now, I don't think so. Thomas Tuchel is the answer for us.
We got Miss Melina. Miss Melina's in the chat as well.
Big up MNN.
So yeah. So yeah, Jiren said Arteta's ruining Aubameyang.
Big up John Wayne as well. Big up Sagar Hyundai as well. Big up Randy Viper. Randy, I kababaye, bro. Good to see some Malay language in there, man. Good to see. And Tyrone, any coach can win in the French league. Yeah, I assume. I think if we were to put Mikel Arteta as a PSG boss, I think he also can win it as well. You know, because there no player seems to listen to the manager. They just be expressive, play what they want in the French league, just express themselves, and that's what makes Mbappe, Neymar, and all these type of players just. It's not down to tactics, I suppose. It's all down to how they're being expressive on the pitch, just scoring a lot of goals. So yeah, even Mikel Arteta doesn't have to change a lot of things in PSG. He'll win probably the treble down there. So doesn't make much sense, you know, if he were to go to the French league. Any manager from the French league is, I'm not going to slate them, but it's a very easy league. It's a non-competitive league, I suppose, and of course that's one of the reasons why they're struggling in the Champions League. Most French teams really struggle in the Champions League.
Big up, and then big up John Wayne as well has joined. So yeah, big up everybody. So yeah, there's quite a lot of people in the chat. So yeah, Kevin, let's get into the lineups. Do you just want to give us your lineup?
Yeah, first and foremost, I think I'd go with Ronaldson in goal. Of course, I was kind of tempted maybe to go on with Matt Macy as well, but I think Ronaldson played well in the previous game, and so I'd go Ronaldson in goal. And of course, the left back. This is a tricky one as well because the left back, of course, if we go for the youngsters, I think I'm going to put. What should I put? Right back. Who will we have? I think I'll put in Maitland-Niles in there. I think I'll put Maitland-Niles down there in the left back, and then I'm also going to put, of course, in the center of the park, I'm going to put like Rob Holding, of course, with his disastrous performance as well. But I think it's a better time because judging by the opponents that we have is kind of weak. So I think Rob Holding will have a good run in this game as well. And I'm interested to bring on even David Luiz back if he is fit and after the birth of his child, of course. So because he missed the game at the weekend, so I think I'd be tempted to give David Luiz a run so that he can gain some fitness to integrate as well to partner Gabriel the upcoming games against Wolves. So I'd put David Luiz and Holding in defense. And in the right back position, of course, Cedric will have to play there. And in midfield, I would go with Willock. I would go also with is Mohamed El Neni returning? Is he done with quarantine or is he still supposed to serve his quarantine still?
Is that El Neni?
Yeah.
Yeah, still in quarantine.
So if he's still in quarantine, I'd be tempted to go with Emil Smith Rowe because he's also one of the players that traveled with the squad. So I'd go with Emil Smith Rowe, Joe Willock, and of course I'll put in Granit Xhaka as well into the squad as well. And of course for the forward side, I would go with Pepe on the right. I would go Balogun in the center. And on the left-hand side, since Saka is injured, I would go with who else can we put on the left-hand side? Was there another left-hand side? Left-hand side is kind of tricky, man. Should I put Reese there? But Reese is kind of weak.
Yeah.
I'm kind of but he's kind of weak, Daniel. But we wouldn't know with Mikel Arteta's plan. You know, we seriously don't know with Mikel Arteta's plan. I wouldn't be surprised if Reece started on the left hand side as well.
Yeah,
because Pepe and Reece often interchange between left and right, so they have done it before. But will it really work out? But judging by the opponents, I think Reece. Judging by the opponents, I think Reece can give a run at the left hand side.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure what Arteta's mindset's going to be. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Arteta's going to go with.
I'm just going to put Reece. I'm just going to put Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson on the left hand side. Maybe they just can interchange in between those. Because I don't think so. Oba is going to play in this type of game because we need fit and ready for the weekend's game. So I don't think so. Lacazette is going to be involved either. So Thomas Partey, El Neni, all these guys are not going to be into the squad anyway. Ceballos, I don't think so. Are playing in this game as well. I'd rather keep all these players. Hell no, not with Kolasinac. Kolasinac is never going to be involved in the squad as well.
So is that your complete full lineup then? Is that?
Yeah, I'm going with that. I think that's good enough to just draw in a result against Molde. If this squad isn't good enough to beat Molde, then I don't know what else can we do, man. We're in the gutter if that can't get through a win.
Okay, so my lineup, I think. So for this game, actually, bear with me because I'm trying to get down to the comments so I can read some out in a second. But yeah, my lineup would be so Leno in goal. I don't think he's going to give Runarsson a start. I can't see that happening. I think he's going to go with the safe pair of hands, Leno. And then a back four for me is going to be Cedric. Cedric, is Mustafi fit? Is Mustafi fit?
I don't think so. He traveled with the squad, to be honest. But if Mustafi is fit, I think he would play. But I'm not really sure about that. I haven't checked on the team news and whether he traveled with the team. So Alternative besides Mustafi, Daniel?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Kolasinac is still in. Yeah. See, that's how shit the guy is. I can't even pronounce his name properly. Big up Chadwick as well.
Big up Chadwick.
Who's in? Yeah, I've just seen Chadwick. So yeah, big up Chadwick. Chadwick's in the building. It's always nice to see Chadwick in. So where was I? I was going through my lineup. Okay, so Leno in goal, Cedric at right back.
Right back, yeah.
Mustafi and Louise as the centre backs. Tierney as the left back. And then in the midfield, I think he's going to be Granit Xhaka, Joe Willock, and do you know what? I really don't. I'm not entirely sure of the first. Bukayo Saka. Yeah, I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. Actually, no, I'm not. No. I'm going to go with Ceballos. I'm going to go with Xhaka, Willock, and Ceballos. And then
don't want to go with Emil Smith Rowe?
Oh yeah, Smith Rowe. Shit, I forgot about Smith Rowe. Good. You got Russ Morgan in the chat. Yeah, I forgot about Smith Rowe. So okay, I'm going to go with Xhaka, Ceballos, and Smith Rowe. Then I'm going to go with Reece Nelson on the left, Balogun down the centre, and Bukayo Saka on the. No, Reece Nelson on the right. Sorry, did I say left? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Reece. Yeah, did I say left? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I'm going to go with Reece Nelson on the right, Balogun down the centre, and Bukayo Saka on the left.
Because I'm not really sure with the Saka injury, although whether he's going to be fit enough to appear for this game. And I'm not really sure whether Mikel Arteta would risk him because he also has a very big game against Wolves this coming weekend. So, because he has also, let's not forget, he's played a lot of games during the international break as well. And he also played and he sustained a knock as well during the Leeds United game. So I don't think so Saka would be really involved apart from coming out from the bench, I suppose. But if that's the case on the left-hand side, I would pretty much, like I mentioned earlier, I would say Reece Nelson to maybe just cover up on the left-hand side, just maybe interchange with Pepe on the right-hand side. So maybe they can just move around. But that's just my take on it, Daniel.
So yeah, big up Russ as well. So Russ is asking you, Kevin. He said you're not in the strip club.
Maybe later, mate. Maybe later.
Nah, Tyrone Tierney will play because Kolasinac can't. Kolasinac is in quarantine. Yeah. So yeah, smash the like button, guys. If you haven't done so already, come on, smash the granny out the like button.
Yeah, like I mentioned.
Chadwick says Simpy absolutely loves Smith Rowe. He's obsessed. Do you know what? I'm really worried about Simpy because I've not heard from him for a while. I hope he's all right. I have to say I'm a little bit concerned because I've not heard from him. So I hope he's doing okay. And pick up everybody.
The chat is going mad, man. The chat is going mad.
Randy's talking about RKOing people. Hey, listen, let me tell you something, Randy Viper. I ain't so worried about the RKO as long as you don't do that stupid punt thing that Randy Orton used to do. before it got banned because it was as long as you don't do that punt. So let's have a look.
That's a good one, Chadwick. That's a good one. Oh,
but yeah, guys, also as well, keep it nice in the chat as well. Be nice in the chat as well. I've seen a few little tetchy comments here and there. I just want to say I want a nice chat room. Otherwise, I'll be RKOing you all if you don't be nice in the chat. I'll be putting you on the naughty step. Time out, naughty step.
Yeah, so that's true, Jiran. That's true. Cedric is on about 90 grands on a 5-year deal, I assume. About 90 grands a week, I suppose. But I'm not really sure whether it's 90 or 100 grands a week, but he's on that. But it's ridiculous to give him a 5-year contract. That I really don't get it. How did Mikel Arteta and Edu approve that? It really does make no sense, with Cedric Soares and Pablo Mari as well, because these guys never appeared in many games, and I just don't get it how they gave them such a huge contract with that amount of wages as well.
Okay, so Kevin, score predictions.
Ooh. You know what, Daniel? I think I'm going for a 2-1 Arsenal win on this. It's one of the very few times that I'm kind of optimistic with an Arsenal win, but I'm going for a 2-1 win because I don't think so with the team that we have selected, and regardless with whatever players that we have brought into Norway as well, I don't think so they can be beaten. But anything is possible in football, so I'm going for a 2-1 win to Arsenal.
Okay, so I'm going for a 3-0 Arsenal win because that scoring record in the Europa League. Yeah, because our Europa League form has been pretty decent. Yeah. Our Europa, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for a 3-0 win. Honestly, I do think we'll do better. I do think we'll do better. I do, because our Europa League form is not the problem. Because the teams are so shit.
Yeah, I think keeping a clean sheet is going to be a problem. That's going to be an issue because we don't seem to just keep a clean sheet as well. It's kind of hard, but we do concede this one odd goal or something. But scoring goal, I don't think so. That's going to be a problem. But I think based on the weather over there, I think that's going to affect a few of our players, especially the younger ones. So I'm going for a narrow 2-1 win, which I think the boys should get over the line. I don't think so there's any excuses and reasons to be given if they can't, because let's be honest, it's only Molde. So we should get over the line with this, with this squad.
Yeah, do you think we will? Do you think we will get over the line? Take off your Arsenal heart. We should get over the line, right? We should do it, right?
we should, but on the reality terms of things, right? If I were to speak out, like from what I've been seeing from the last few games, am I really optimistic we can get a result? If I were to speak from on the basis of previous performance, hell no, I would say a draw. I wouldn't see us getting any win, because the performance has been really shambolic, I suppose, and that's one of the reasons. But of course, being an Arsenal fan, it's just hard for me to just go against the club, something that you have been watching for quite a while and for years, from the good old times to now. So that's the way I see it. So I would love to see Arsenal getting a win. So my heart is saying an Arsenal 2-1 win, but in reality terms of side, I can only see a draw. If I were to on the basis of all the recent performances, I can only see a 0-0 draw or a 1-1 draw or something like that. But yeah, I'm still going for a 2-1 win with my prediction anyway.
Yeah. Oh God, the chat is going absolutely berserk. Big up 17 people watching, which is
Wow.
really, yeah, which is really good. It was 20 at one point, which was fantastic. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, this channel is growing, and big up all you guys as well. All of you, um, all the new subscribers, all the regulars. But yeah, guys, it's really important. Do play nice as well. Do keep it friendly in the chat. Like I say, I like to get everybody's welcome. As long as you all play by the rules and be nice, everybody's welcome in this chat. And I just want to remind you all as well that there will be a watch along at 5 p.m. So do tune in for that as well. While I've got you all in the chat, do smash the like button on that video because that stream is up there as well. So when this stream ends, please do go and smash the like button on that. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is because we've pretty much come to the end of the preview. But since there are so many of you in the chat, we're gonna take some read some comments. So we'll have a little bit of a discussion. Kevin, have you got time to stick around for a bit of that?
Yeah. No worries. I got a lot of time on that.
But yeah, since the chat is really active today, I thought I would interact with people, take some quick fire questions, anything you want to chat. We'll have a little bit of a chat. But yeah, remember, guys, do smash that like button. Remember, keep driving that like button. It helps the channel. It helps the channel go. It helps the channel grow. So yeah, get your questions in.
Yeah, I think Daniel, I spotted one from Randy Viper here. So big up yourself, mate. And boys, you reckon Soros and Maitland-Niles have to start versus Wolves? Neto and Traore will rip us apart with Bellerin and Saka. I think Saka. It's going to be interesting to see how Saka performs because he's just going to be back after a niggling injury as well. So we just couldn't put and pin the blame and hopes against an 18 or a 19-year-old kid. Of course, Bellerin, we all know, Wolves are practically going to target the right-hand side. Of course, Traore is going to be running ragged against these guys, and Neto probably would take advantage on the other side as well. But I would love to see Maitland-Niles start instead of Bellerin because I think they have a much more proper understanding. I think he brings much more of a composure. He has all the physical attributes to be a right back as well because we all saw his performance in the semi-final and the finals as well. Maitland-Niles really handled very well. And let's not forget, Maitland-Niles' performance was a so-called tactical masterclass when we met Wolves at the back end of last season. So
Yeah.
I think Maitland-Niles would be one of the focal points against Wolves. So we have to play Maitland-Niles as well. And Saka, I'd be tempted to start both of them so that they can keep the Wolves wingers quiet. But if Bellerin starts, then all hopes is gone. Might as well we go for a draw or a defeat to Arsenal against Wolves. But Saka and Maitland-Niles has to start against Wolves. That's my take on it. How about you, Daniel?
Sorry, repeat that. Sorry, I was reading some of the comments and I missed what you said.
The question was actually, would you start Soros and Maitland-Niles against
Maitland-Niles
Wolves?
against Wolves? Yeah. I wouldn't start. I'd start Maitland-Niles. I wouldn't start Suarez. Yeah, I would start Maitland-Niles.
Okay, all right. And let's see.
So a lot of people are saying 3-1 to Arsenal, 2-1. Diego sticking to his 1-0 win to Arsenal. Somebody put in a 1-1 draw. I think it. Yeah, Randy put in a 1-1 draw. Tubbs ND's gone for a 3-0. Tyrone says never predict a clean sheet for Arsenal. Um, oh, Barga. Listen, mate, I completely butcher your name. Says 3-1 to Arsenal. Let's have a look. So who's it? Randy Viper says if Leno plays 1-1, if Ruderson plays 1-0 to the Arsenal. Not a Leno fan. Let's have a look. Jesus Christ, these chats moving absolutely insane today. I hope you're all active in the watch along later. So do come and join for that. I'd like to see as many people as you can in the watch along later. Tyrone says Arsenal can lose the game before half time. Remember, this is the great Arsenal we're talking about.
It can happen. It can happen. Just because I speak very optimistically about Arsenal, it can happen. Arsenal never failed to disappoint this season. Many fans, they every time we just said that Leeds United is a must-win game, and look how that turned up. And everybody keeps slating Pepe for getting dismissed. But before the sending off, we all know how the performance never had a single shot apart from the Pepe chance that bounced off the post. That's about it. So we never created anything just before Pepe got sent off anyway. So we created much more after his sending off anyway.
Who put Spurs to win the Europa League? Somebody just put Spurs to win the Europa
Christ.
League.
You guys taking a piss.
They got Russ Morgan. He said, will you play Pepe on the wing or up front against Molde? I'd play him on the wing, mate.
Yeah, smash the likes up, like Randy says. Smash it up. Smash the granny out of it.
Yeah, smash the like button, guys. So let's have a look here.
Strip, I got a question for you, Daniel. Mind reading it out?
Jesus Christ, man. This chat is moving like crazy. I can't keep up with all these chats. Let me try and...
Daniel, there's a question for you. Want me to read it out, man?
Sorry? Yeah, read it out, Kevin, because this chat is moving.
Okay.
Hey, I tell you what, right? This chat is moving better than David Luiz, so...
Strip Bear has asked a question for yourself. Why are Chelsea light years ahead of Arsenal when you have spent more on players in the last 6 years than Chelsea?
Who put that, sorry?
Strip Bear.
He said, why are Chelsea better than Arsenal?
Yeah, when we have spent much more money in the last 6 years than Chelsea.
Partly because so Chelsea have spent money on the right players, and also Chelsea are more ruthless when it comes to manager recruitment, player recruitment.
Simple fact, Strip Bear. Chelsea went from Kante, and we went for Granit Xhaka. So that's a perfect example. Their recruitment was way better than ours. They have spent less money but bought in quality. We have spent more money. We have bought in absolute shit.
And Tyrone says Chelsea was banned had a transfer ban and they sold their best player. Yeah, also as well, they had an asset to sell, whereas the only asset we've got to sell is probably a broken toilet seat. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Jesus
Back
Christ.
Again. Hashtag the soothing gunner.
Jesus Christ. The soothing gooner. I can't believe that. I can't believe Jesus Christ. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or be disturbed.
Oh man.
I really don't know. The soothing legend. Yeah, the soothing and do you know what as well? You're Randy, you're the legend killer and I'm the legend. Jesus Christ.
Maybe you should run a poll on that. Which name is better? The soothing legend, the soothing Guna, the soothing Daniel?
Can we just drop this soothing thing? I do not have a soothing voice. Oh my god, Jesus Christ. You lot are bloody crazy. You lot in the chat are absolutely insane. You lot are, oh my god. It's a compliment. 3:36 a.m. in New Zealand. Big up yourself as well in New Zealand. Do you know what I like as well, right? I'm going to say this now. That it's nice that even though it's late where you guys are, you still tune in to watch me. So, that's brilliant. And that's fantastic because, I understand, like Tubbs ND over there in the Philippines. Yeah, so it's over, you guys are over there in the Philippines, Randy in New Zealand. There's a nice it's nice. I'll tell you what we'll do, right? Yeah, because listen, I'm enjoying myself, and we will wrap this up very shortly. But I tell you what, everybody in the comments, put where you're from. It'd be interesting to see the Dole voucher. Everybody in the comments, put where you're from. Obviously, don't put your address and shit like that. Just put which country. Just put which country you're from. Let's oh my god, everybody's big up Arsenal Maniac as well. I had a dream we were playing Galactico football, then I woke up. Yeah, sorry about that, mate. It's
the good and old days.
Big up Keith Samuels as well. And he's calling me Dulcet Daniel. Oh my god. This is hilarious. So yeah, Melina from Canada. Bargan from Orlando, Florida. Do you know what? I like that, to be fair. Florida's decent.
Oh, come on, Randy. You didn't need to go that
Richard,
deep, man.
Big up Richard. London. Scotland. Southwest London. South London.
Oh man, Jesus Christ, man.
Russmore. Are you serious? You gotta be joking, right? USA.
These guys are taking the piss in.
England. What's going on? Chadwick, I know you're lying, mate. You're from the home of the Cronkies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, where am I from? So I live in Devon, in the southwest, in Exeter, the southwest of England.
Scorching gunner.
The scorching gooner, says Taib. I've never been to New Zealand, actually, Randy. New Zealand, I quite like to go there. I quite like to go. I've been to Australia. I'm not posh. Jesus Christ, Arsenal maniac. If you think I'm posh, I'm like the least posh person. Jesus Christ.
These guys are really taking the piss at you, Daniel.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. If you think I'm posh, mate, seriously, you you've not met a posh person. But yeah, like I say, while you're all in the chat, don't forget the watch along. All tune in. I want to see as many of you there as possible. 5 p.m.
All you guys, make sure you guys come in the chat.
Yeah, 5 p.m. I want to see all. I want to see all you guys in the chat. Listen, I know there's a lot of watch-alongs going on this evening, but please, it'd be a big help if you can come and support me and support the watch-along, grow the channel, and listen, all you legends. I want to see all of you in the chat, even if it's just even if you're doing the rounds. Russ says his voice is in my head. Do you know what? I like Randy Orton's theme tune as well. It's decent.
Taib, quick question for you, mate. If Daniel has a soothing voice, what does Sam has? Come on, answer that, man.
Daniel, the posh flying gooner. I am the least posh person. I'm the least posh person. Hey, just ask my wife. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
Oh man, I'm really having a fun reading this chat, man.
Yeah, 22 likes. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. If Arsenal are losing, I'm putting my attack banter. Hey, banter's nice. I love banter. We all love banter. So,
oh, Jesus.
Yeah, listen, you gotta love the banter. The banter's decent. You know, you can't beat a good bit of banter. You know, you can't beat a good bit of banter.
Randy, I'm from the capital, Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur's decent, man. Yeah, guys, everyone smash the like button, guys. Come on.
Arsenal maniac, you guys gotta be crazy, man.
What did he say? Who was it? Who was it?
Arsenal maniac.
Let me find it. You know what, guys? This preview has descended into utter chaos. Do you know what it is? This is mad. And do you know what, right? We have got like 18 people watching. 18 people in the chat. This is absolutely insane. You guys are all legends. So what are we on?
Big up Sam. Big up Sam. Big up Sam. Come on, Sam.
Big up Sam Greenwood's in the chat. Sam Greenwood's in the chat.
Oh.
And this is fun. This is fun. Do you know what? I'm actually really enjoying myself. This preview was gonna go on for an hour, but I think I'll go for a bit longer because everybody's interactive and there's a lot of interactivity.
This is better than the watch-alongs.
What are we on? So we're on 1 hour 15 minutes. So I'll tell you what, we'll go for 1 hour 30, and then I'll wrap it up. So we've got 15 minutes of comments, questions, chats. I'll go for 1 hour 30. And then, because obviously I have got the watch along as well, so I will be back at 5 p.m. So I'll go till we hit 1 hour 30. But yeah, we'll big up 21 people in the chat. So just remember, guys, keep smashing the like button. I have no idea what I was trying to say there. So yeah, keep smashing that like button, guys. Let's have a look here.
Go.
So Kevin, read some out. Read some out, Kevin. You can dive in as well. Read some out.
Yeah, I just found out that this guy, who's this guy? Arsenal Maniac. Daniel lifts his pinky finger when he drinks tea. And Arsenal Maniac also says Daniel washes his hair with Evian water. I was like, what the hell? You guys gotta be serious, man.
That's insane.
And Tubbs MD mentions here, if Daniel is a soothing gooner, Nitesh is the I love ballerine gooner. Yeah, we had that argument yesterday. Oh man. Yes, Randy Viper, I do speak Malay. Of course, that's a national language, Malay, of course. So yeah, I do speak that, man. Do you speak Malay as well?
Yeah.
Arteta is ruthless in getting a bunch of yes men. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Bhargav. Exactly. He's just a yes man. He's just a puppet, I would say, He doesn't have his own mind. Oh, there's a lot of love for Sam, and there's kind of like there's a lot of love for Sam anyway. Big up, sexy Sam in the building.
So MM says he missed our score predictions. Did we even give our score predictions? I think we did our lineups, and yes, we did.
Yeah,
didn't we?
Did.
So
yeah. I went for a 2-1, and you went for a 3-0.
And I went for a 3-0. So yeah, Kevin went for 2-1. I went for 3-0. Arsenal Maniac, I doubt that, mate. Yeah, I'll just cure coronavirus. I'll just go out and talk to people.
Daniel, you should just give a national advice, I suppose. Cure COVID and everybody just recovers. There's no more cases. Lockdown will be over by then.
You guys are nuts, absolutely nuts. So yeah, guys, fire in your questions, your chats. Like I said, I'll go till 3 p.m. and then I'll take 2 hours break before the watch along. And don't forget, guys, everybody, be here for the watch along. Be here, or Randy has my permission to RKO you all. I want to see that punt as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it is. It did, Tubbs ND. The chat room did forget.
Daniel, quick one. Forget. You haven't addressed your mighty and large love towards Mr. Ozil. You never seen the I love Ozil rendition?
Kevin, don't trigger me, Kevin. Don't trigger me.
I just had to get that in. Come
on. Don't trigger. Oh, good. Oh my Arsenal Mania! I am not reading that out. I am not reading. Yeah, do you know? Sorry, I've just seen that from Brownie. Right, I want to acknowledge this as well. Do you know what the people say that we are English have the most passionate fans, but I tell you what, when you see those scenes in Argentina for Maradona, I kind of question that, because one of the if not the greatest player to ever play in world football, and most Argentinians rate Maradona over Messi. So do you know what? Maradona was nice to see some tributes, and it's just really sad. And do you know what? It's times like that where I wish that I could. Times like that where I wish I could see him play. He played before my before I was born. So yeah, it's a shame that I wasn't around to see him play, because he was truly talented and quality player.
Daniel, you don't want to go to the chat, man. I literally, when you were explaining all those things, I was reading and I really couldn't control my laughter, man. It was ridiculous, especially with the bleach. Oh, man.
And anyway, so Randy and Melina are fighting over Sam. Hey, I'm pimping out Sam for a competition, so yeah, I'm pimping out Sam for a competition. Oh, mate, honestly, don't get me started on Ozil. Really, don't get me started on Ozil, because I'll be here for about 2 hours and there won't even be a break. You know, Ozil, man, it's just. Would you Russ said, would you sign Ericsson for 12-minute pans or Slopperschlei? Obviously, he's put sloppy chops. I want the Slopperschlei. Do you know what? Let me tell you why, right? I watched, as you guys know, I did a watch along for the Bayern Munich Salzburg game, and he looked really decent. You know, he's good set piece taker as well, and he looked a player that we're lacking at the moment. If we could get him in, I think it'd be a really good signing for us. Yeah. He's really, really good quality.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Maradona's quality. You know.
Guys, please, man. behave.
Jesus Christ. Richard said, yeah, the River Plate's Boca Juniors. Yeah, they abandoned it, didn't they? The Boca Juniors and River Plates, they abandoned it. And yeah, we think Arsenal Spurs is bad. If we could self-isolate any subscriber in the chat, well, let me tell you, it wouldn't be Brownie, because I don't want to listen to him taking a shit 24 hours a day. I don't know. Like I really don't know. Kevin, I'll let you answer that while I think about it.
Who about the self-isolate part?
Yeah,
what was the question again?
If you could self-isolate with one subscriber, who would it be?
Okay, there's many crazy maniacs down here, man. Yeah, I'd go self-isolate with Uncle Sam. Come on, Uncle Sam. He's only going to rub my beard. It wouldn't be that bad. I think Daniel, I think you should go for Arsenal Maniac. Because he keeps on saying, Daniel's hair is so silky and soft, they cut a piece and rub it on people with depression to cure them. Oh, yeah. That sounds very soothing and convincing, I suppose. I think you can go on with
Randy said this was a fun stream. More of this, please. So yeah. So the watch along, mate. This is what pretty much happens on the watch alongs. So the watch alongs are really fun to watch. This is pretty much what happens, where everybody says a laugh and a joke. We watch the game, and that's what I try to do. You know, especially on the watch alongs, I try to keep it fun, try to keep it light, and like you would be if you were watching the game in the pub with your mates or on the telly, or so yeah, this is pretty much what it is. Also, do check out I just want to give a couple of channels mention. So check out Simpy's channel,
Sam Greenwood TV.
Check out Sam Greenwood TV. He does a lot of this stuff as well, so go and check out that.
Check out Miss Melina's channel as well. She also has a channel. Don't forget, guys. And like Daniel always say, like and subscribe. Do subscribe all the channels that we just gave a shout out to. And don't forget to tune in another 1.5 hours from now, I suppose, that we have close to about 2 hours. We have another watch along, Molde versus Arsenal. So hoping to see you guys in the chat again. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like and hit the subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so that you get the notification when we go live.
And Arsenal Maniac, yes, I'm going to be back for the Arsenal match, mate. Going to be back doing a watch along for that. Oh, come on, Randy, man. Come on, Randy. You should try and tune in, pop in the chat. So yeah, Arsenal Maniac. I do, like I say, I'm doing with. So I'm doing like I say, I go on Claude's channel once a week. Claude is coming on over here once a week.
Big up Arsenal Maniac. Take care,
he's
mate.
Coming on here once a week. So yeah, that's what we on.
Big up Randy Viper. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Take care, mate. Cheers.
Who is that, Randy? Randy.
Yeah, Randy is about to leave, so I was just bigging him up.
Yeah.
Anyway, man. Thanks for tuning in, mate.
So yeah, we've so we're on 1 hour 26 minutes. We've got 3 more minutes to go. So we'll go for, like I say, we'll go for 1 hour and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, guys, check out the watch along. Check out the watch along. Check out the 2 shows that tomorrow I'll be doing. So I'll be doing the review of this game. I'll be doing a review of. I'll be doing a preview for the Wolves game, and then the watch-alongs at the weekend. I'll be doing Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, Spurs, and Arsenal. Wolves, Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal, Wolves. So I'll be checking that. So Kevin, so the game tonight, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good watch along, hopefully. Yeah, listen, it's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, guys, I just want to say as well. I just want to say again, big you all up for subscribing, for liking, for sharing the content. That really helps the growth of the channel. I just again want to thank each and every one of you, all the regulars, all the new subscribers that have come in, contributed to the chat, fitted straight into the chat room as well. Because listen, the chat room's raucous at times, but it's mental and it's fantastic. So yeah, like I said in the show as well, I'll be doing some more of the other Champions League games as well next week. Listen, those watch-alongs were a massive success, an absolute massive success last night and yesterday. So I'll be doing them again. Also, I'm going to interact with you guys as well. So, I want to take your guys' input. Kevin suggested doing a poll and stuff, so I can do that. So yeah, do check out all my other platforms, Twitter, Facebook as well, because I'll do polls over there as well as on the YouTube platform. Remember, guys, do turn on your notifications. The notifications are a big problem at the moment for a lot of YouTubers. So remember, set a reminder. So 5 p.m. tonight I'll be doing a watch along. So do tune in. Listen, I want to see as many of you there as possible. Listen, I know there's lots of other channels doing the same thing as well, but if you can pop by, stick a like on, contribute in the chat for a bit, I really appreciate it. And I'll be joining, hopefully, I think Simpy's going to be joining, although I've not heard from him yet. It's a bit, I've not heard from him yet, so hopefully I can hear from him very, very soon. So Kevin, your final thoughts on the game and on your final thoughts before we wrap up.
I just hope Arsenal don't disappoint me this time, which they haven't in the Europa League. So, yeah, come on, you Gunners. Let's see a 2-1 win tonight, man. Come on, I'm just really looking forward to this game. A bit optimistic. Let's hope that they don't really disappoint me tonight, man. I'm in a good mood. The chat is in a good groove. Daniel's in a good mood. So let's only hope that Arsenal don't spoil it.
Exactly. So yeah, guys, don't forget, watch along this evening. Hope to see you all there. I will catch you all hopefully at 5 p.m. When I'll be back on air. And yeah, good vibes. Hopefully Arsenal don't let us down. Come on, you Gunners.